This is some woke football. Tomorrow will be pure football like God intended. I propose Arsenal and Atletico should just combine forces to defeat the winner of this tie by parking the bus with 22 players and completely block the goal with bodies. This game definitely should have been the final. PSG think they're the rebels and not the infinite money empire. Why is company in jail? Lol, the fuck happened? Hydrogen bomb versus thermonuclear bomb. It's deflected onto his arm. It's literally not a handball by the law. Insane work rate by Diaz. I fucking miss him. Yeah sure, just end right on 4 minutes with all those injury breaks. What a shit ref. UEFA sorted out, these kind of handballs should never be given. This is why away goals was a bullshit rule. We would have never seen games like this and Man City Real 2022. Teams would shut up shop after getting 1 or 2 goals. I am happy because it no longer decides 180 minutes match just because of that. I don't know why so many people still defend that nonsense. Is it because they grew up with it? For as solid a duo PSG has in their backline, they seem to be carved open relatively easily. Multiple times Allies, Kimmich, Diaz and Musiala just walked into their desired position, and if not for a last-ditch tackle or a miss on the part of the attacker, Bayern would have even more goals. They seem content with living and dying by the counterattack. How the hell does Company or Luis Enrique even begin to talk to their players after this game? You would think they are both annoyed at how out of control this game became. There's no way either of them went into tonight with that as a game plan. PSG conceding 4 goals at home is mad work, best team in Europe too. Putting it into context, Bayern. I love watching positive dribbling with incisive passing. Both teams employed a front foot man-to-man press and both teams had incredible dribblers. The moment someone dribbles past his man, the next person over has to leave their man, which opens space. Great game of football. As weird as it is to say, this game could have had more goals. PSG missed some decent chances in the first half, and Bayern could have actually made a comeback to take home a lead if players like Goretzka were in sync with Allies and the likes. Think it's safe to say we can expect this tie to resume from just where they left off, Bayern trailing. I really think Upamecano was bottom. Luis Diaz stepped up big time. Allies was fire as usual. Kane is a pleasure to watch. Lamer is such a cheeky footballer, love him. Allianz Arena awaits. PSG's counter-attack has to be the most dangerous. It's so efficient and that Mualu guys is so good. But still PSG were lethal. Hope Nuno and Hakimi both. I do believe if Arsenal went to the final they could have a chance against any of these two teams. Arsenal isn't gonna be playing a suicidal high line like these teams were. They'll wait and counter on the right moments, and we just saw today both PSG Bayern don't have the best defense either. I would say Arsenal prefers this type of matchup, and what a crazy match. Certainly didn't disappoint, although I think we deserved at least a draw. At the end we have more possession, more big chances and more XG, so we definitely weren't outclassed or anything. Everything is still possible at home, but it will be tough. IMO the handball pen was quite harsh, and in the end that 1 goal was the. Not often you can watch a 9-goal game and say that there was little the keepers could have done. Even the Allies goal, the keeper made the objective correct decision to gamble IMO. Kvara and Dembele's goals were picture-perfect placement. Even that final shot into the crossbar left Neuer 0 chance. Bayern will be happy they got back in after 5-2. All I am ever asking is that beautiful games like these are not being decided by outside factors. That could be either injuries or even worse, ref mistakes. This is by the rules, not a pen. It's deflected from the leg onto an arm that is rotating behind the back. That almost ruined this beautiful game. Today was a historical day because this is a completely different sport to whatever the fuck I watch every weekend. Game really fell off after the 9th goal. Today joga bonito, tomorrow joga vomit. What a waste of time, lads. May as well have just played a 1-0. So this is what peak of football is. This was quite easily one of the greatest big games that actually delivered to the hype. No aura, no juju, just pure footballing skill matchups between the two best teams in Europe. Can't fucking wait for the second leg. I fucking hate it when the ref whistles directly at the additional shown minutes even though there were plenty of stoppages in extra time. Banger of a game though. 9 goals across the 2CL semi-final first legs is crazy, proper exciting round. What a terrible game. No low blocks, no time wasting, only one set-piece goal and barely any diving. Can't wait for Atletico versus Arsenal tomorrow. Simon and Arteta are gonna be answering to The Hague with what they'll serve up compared to this. Tomorrow will be a complete different game. This was like watching an action movie. This game is the reason why we love football. PSG post Mbappé is insane, I know he's fuming. Also credit to Enrique for making this club such a force. Harry's pass to Luch's goal was magical. From watching this masterpiece to watching Haramball tomorrow is wild. It is a disgrace that barely any team tried to sign Kvaratskhelia just a year ago, damn. Luis Diaz's touch and finish is special, definitely the greatest Colombian attacker with Falcao. I love how far back Kane drops to get on the ball and distribute. 11:55, that would have been tragic if that goal had been called back, that is an insane goal. This was the real UCL final we all deserved. Moment of silence to those who missed this game, lol. Undoubtedly one of the best games of UCL history. Easily the game of the season and one of the best Champions League games of all time. Genuinely one of the best matches ever, maybe second only to the 2022 World Cup final just because of the stakes there, but what a game. Luis Diaz's unbelievable touch and control, what a goal. Bayern return leg will be nuts. Have to say I'm 77 years old, and this was one of the best games I've ever seen. 9:53 Tony Parker in the stands. When an unstoppable force meets, well, another unstoppable force, this is why we love football. At close 87 indeed, Elmau, imagine overtime 0-0 pen 0-0-2, now what? At close 87 it was 4-0 earlier in the season. Arteta versus Simon is actually a great watch. Anyone saying Haramball has not watched enough Atleti this season. Boring 0-0 draw, 2 shots from both teams, 0 on target. At cryptic 777J9J lol, and on final whistle Arsenal players will be laying in the pitch like they just played 300 mins of football. What matter is who wins the trophy, not who gives you excitement. Didn't Arsenal beat Atleti 4-0 last time they met earlier in the season? At throw-in hands with God, Arsenal also had a 10 PT gap on Manchester City. Atleti have improved offensively, and Arsenal look shaky. Neuer is the most overrated goalkeeper in history. He made 0 blocks the entire game, just ball watching all game and making gamble dives all game. LOLLLLLL, Neuer needs to retire ASAP. I'm a Bayern fan, BTW. At Jogabana2, the fact that you can say this means you are either a troll or are virulently ignorant about Neuer and the GK position. At Rotted Brains S67, trust me. Bayern or PSG will be champion that year. Tomorrow will be 0-0, 0-11-0 or 1-1. Means rubbish football, I'm not gonna watch that for sure. Tomorrow is going to be a set piece, Netflix special. FR incoming boring 0-0 draw lol. Tomo's extended highlight will be only 30 seconds long. 2 dark arts teams, but who knows, they both have some speed and could surprise us. COYG. And I will not be there or be looking forward. It is BCS, technically it is different data. At Rotted Brains S67 in Germany, Bayern is gonna spank Paris. It's gonna be -1, that's how bad the Haramball will be. Tomorrow, why bother playing with the ball? You will be surprised, cause Atletico Madrid defense has been horrible lately. They conceded too many goals, they only defend well against Real Madrid and Barcelona. Park the bus and try to score on a counter-attack football. Tomorrow will be a proper football game, this one with defense optional is basketball on the lawn, not impressed. At Rotted Brains S67 draw game tomorrow. Come on bro, don't be disrespectful to the Europa League. We will be lucky to see 1 goal tomorrow. Yes, that's the beauty of this sport. At Rotted Brains S67 Haramball, yes, I am ready. For the Haramball derby tomorrow, basically whoever scores first goes to the final. Wake me up if there's more than one goal.